In episode 4, Muffrin arrives on planet Nubra, and depending on where the planet is at in the galaxy, it has different lengths of daytime and nighttime, and the number of suns vary from one to multiple suns, while the planet has 25 times Earth's gravity, but D-Man isn't affected by the gravity due to being so strong. While on planet Nubra, D-Man discovers that the Nuberians are a technologically advanced race that have spaceships fast enough to take them across the galaxy within 45 minutes, devices that they use to communicate with one another from across the galaxy, machines that turn fetuses into newborn babies within 5 days so female Nuberians don't have to worry about childbirth and carrying babies for 9 years, which is how long it takes for their pregnancy, much to D-Man's shock. And they live in cities made entirely out of solid gold and golden castles with servants and slaves. When Muffrin lands her spaceship, and D-Man and her get out, they see 11 other members of the Zoe clan, who Muffrin tells to execute D-Man because he's making a mockery of their cult. D-Man feels caught off guard, set up, and betrayed by Muffrin. "Let's end him at once," suggested one of the random male Zoes before they each aimed both hands at D-Man and zapped him with over 1,000,000 powerful bolts of electricity radiating from their palms as they all tried to electrocute him like a TV that fell into his bathwater. However, their electric powers were no match for D-Man, who was as powerful as a multiverse buster. The Nuberians are surprised, but they tried to electrocute him again. With a shove of his right hand, D-Man easily overpowered all 11 of the random Zoes and turned their attacks against them as the billions of electric bolts came back at them like a fast boomerang, and they all were engulfed in lightning. The 11 random Zoes shouted in agony and defeat while they were electrocuted so bad that the lightning bolts ate away the meat off their bones like fried chicken, and there was nothing left of them but burned skeletons that fell to the ground. The 11 random Zoes were now dead, much to Muffrin's horror. She shames him for killing, but he tells her that he acted out of self-defense. "Don't underestimate me, peasant. I'm the strongest Zoe that ever lived," lies Muffrin before D-Man fights her. Muffrin fights him using her special ability, which allows her to materialize any weapon. Suddenly, a pair of golden brass gloves surrounded in ki appeared on Muffrin's hands, and she easily swatted his blast away, surprising and confusing him. "Where the hell them gloves come from?" D-Man watched in utter confusion as the female Zoe flew to him with fearsome speed, and swiftly attacked him with different weapons that kept magically appearing and disappearing in her hands. She was using swords, axes, nunchucks, flails, spears, knives, and even blunt objects against D-Man, who was agilely ducking, dodging, weaving, sidestepping, cartwheeling, flipping, doing everything in his power and speed to evade the weapons she was attacking him with. Even though he was far too strong to be hurt by an ordinary weapon, all of the female Zoe's weapons were consumed in ki that was powerful enough to wipe out an entire galaxy, and they would cause galaxy-destroying explosions, which made her weapons 100 times more deadlier than normal. Therefore, the heroic gangster needed to dodge them. After dodging a baseball bat Muffrin swung at him, D-Man quickly tried to fight back by throwing a punch, but the Lavender Girl blocked his fist with a strong metal shield that appeared in her hand before she tried to kick him in the head. D-Man quickly caught her ringed leg with both hands and threw her against a rocky wall that was located several yards away. He then flew up to attack her, but Muffrin hit him in the stomach with an appearing dodge ball made of steel, knocking the wind out of him. D-Man stopped what he was doing to clutch his stomach in pain, while Muffrin reappeared next to his bent-over body and slammed her elbow into his back so hard that she sent him flying from the yellow sky with blinding speed before he crashed, causing a lot of smoke that covered his body and the rocky ground. Wasting no time, Muffrin aimed the palm of her hand at the giant pile of smoke and fired a wave of bluish-purple energy. There was an explosion when the blast hit the chosen warrior. When the explosion died down, D-Man was seen standing in a crater with not a single scratch on him. The female Zoe was in shock. "You survived? Unbelievable! That blast was as powerful as the electrocution earlier." D-Man got her attention. Princess. I hope that ain't all you got because I'm 'bout to beat the hell out of yo fine ass," he called out, confusing Muffrin. "I have you know, my gluteus maximus does not consist of hell, yet it does in fact feel fine." Her stupidity surprised D-Man. "How the hell is you this stoop?" "Never mind, Let's keep fighting. With that being said, Muffrin started propelling knives at D-Man, who constantly dodged them while he zipped through the barrage of daggers, and punched her square in the face before quickly hitting her far away with a spinning back fist. D-Man flew after the female Zoe, who eventually recovered, and came to a halt to shoot at him with two handguns that appeared in her grasp. Now that's gangsta, thought D-Man with amusement while the female Zoe started shooting at him with both guns, but he didn't bother to dodge, and proceeded to fly towards her because bullets couldn't harm him. However, her gun was covered in galaxy-destroying ki, which made her bullets extremely super powerful, so when they struck D-Man, they pierced his strong body and exploded, leaving him with multiple bullet holes that leaked crimson red blood. Muffrin quickly charged at D-Man when he came to a halt. When she threw a punch, he blocked it, but that didn't stop his purple pointy-eared opponent. She began attacking with very super fast punches, but kept missing him as he constantly dodged while moving faster than her. I've been meaning to ask you. How the hell is you doing that, making all those weapons pop up out of the blue? Questioned D-Man in the middle of avoiding her punches. Muffrin explained, but kept punching as fast as she could. Each Zoe is born with a special ability. Mine is the ability to summon weapons of mass destruction, but wait, it gets better for me. I can even bring forth weapons I know absolutely nothing about, like the weapons that only my opponents are familiar with. D-Man aimed the palm of his hand at the female Zoe and blasted her with a green ball of energy, which sent her flying and crashing into a giant chunk of rock that exploded. When the smoke cleared, there was nothing left of the giant rock, and Muffrin was seen laying on her back in defeat. She had bruises and scratches everywhere, and her white clothes were partially burnt. She also had a black eye and a bloody nose. Muffrin sat up and wiped her nose with her sleeve, staining the white fabric with blue blood. No peasant has ever been able to draw royal blood from a Zoe, she commented in overwhelming shock. Muffrin tried to stand, but D-Man quickly teleported in front of her with his hand pointed at her head like a gun. Don't move a muscle unless you want me to blast a hole through yo cap, he quickly warned, and much to his satisfaction, the female Zoe didn't move a muscle. She just stared up at him with her mouth half open. Man, you ain't no alien gangsta. You a good girl. I can see it in yo eyes, D-Man realized. He didn't believe that the female Zoe was an evil overlord like the rest of her kind. Muffrin tried to speak. Wait, how can you? Shut up. Don't even think about saying no dumb shit, D-Man quickly said, cutting her off. With that being said, Muffrin stayed quiet. Now if you don't want to end up like them other Zoes, then… D-Man was interrupted by his own stomach, which growled like Brian from Family Guy whenever somebody tried to take something from him. The last time D-Man had something to eat was 2 weeks ago inside his small space shuttle while he was on his way to this galaxy, so he was starving now. But where and how was he going to find suitable food on a different planet in a different galaxy? His stomach growled so loud that even the female Zoe heard it. She makes a deal with him. If he doesn't kill her, she'll let him dine with her at her castle. He agrees to the deal, and they fly to her castle. To be continued.